Rahab and the Scarlet Cord. Joshua 2. Joshua, son of Nun, secretly sent 2 men as spies from the Acacia Grove, Shittim, saying, "Go and scout the land, especially Jericho." So they left, and they came to the house of a woman, a prostitute, named Rahab, and stayed there. The king of Jericho was told, "Look, some of the Israelite men have come here tonight to investigate the land." Then the king of Jericho sent word to Rahab, saying, "Bring out the men who came to you and entered your house, for they came to search out the entire land." But the woman had taken the 2 men and hidden them. So she said, "Yes, the men did come to me, but I did not know where they were from. At nightfall the men went out, and I do not know where they went. Chase after them quickly, and you will overtake them." But she had taken them up to the roof and hidden them. So the men pursued them on the road to the Jordan to the fords, and as soon as those who were pursuing them had gone out, they shut the gate. Now, before they lay down, she came up to them on the roof and said to the men, "I know that the Lord has given you the land, and that the terror of you has fallen on us, and everyone who lives in the land is panicking because of you. For we have heard how the Lord dried up the waters of the Red Sea when you came out of Egypt, and what you did to the 2 kings of the Amorites, whom you completely destroyed." When we heard this, we lost heart, and everyone's courage failed because of you. For the Lord your God is God in heaven above and on earth below. Now please swear to me by the Lord that you will also show kindness to my family, because I showed kindness to you. Give me a sure sign that you will spare the lives of my father, mother, brothers, sisters, and all who belong to them, and save us from death." The men answered her, "We will give our lives for yours. If you do not report our mission, we will show kindness and faithfulness to you when the Lord gives us the land." Then she let them down by a rope through the window, for her house was built into the city wall. She said to them, "Go to the hills so that the pursuers will not find you, and hide yourselves there for 3 days until the pursuers return. Then go on your way." The men said to her, "This oath you made us swear will not be binding on us unless, when we enter the land, you tie this scarlet cord in the window through which you let us down, and unless you gather your father, mother, brothers, and all your father's family into your house. If anyone goes out the doors of your house, his blood will be on his own head, and we will be innocent. But if anyone with you in the house should be harmed, his blood will be on our heads. And if you report our mission, we are free from the oath you made us swear." "Let it be as you say," she replied, and she sent them away. After they had gone, she tied the scarlet cord in the window. So the two men went into the hill country and stayed there 3 days, until the pursuers had returned. The pursuers searched all along the road, but did not find them. Then the men returned, came down from the hill country, and crossed the Jordan. They went to Joshua, son of Nun, and reported everything that had happened to them. They said to Joshua, "The Lord has surely given the whole land into our hands. All the people who live in the land are panicking in fear because of us." Joshua 6. The Lord said to Joshua, "See, I have given Jericho into your hand, with its king and the valiant warriors. You shall march around the city, all the men of war, circling the city once. You shall do so for 6 days. Also 7 priests shall carry 7 trumpets of ram's horns in front of the ark. Then on the 7th day you shall march around the city 7 times, and the priests shall blow the trumpets. When they make a long blast of the ram's horn, and you hear the sound of the trumpet, have all the people give a mighty shout. Then the city wall will collapse, and the people will advance, each man straight ahead." After Joshua had spoken to the people, the 7 priests, carrying the 7 trumpets of ram's horns before the Lord, went forward and blew the trumpets, and the ark of the covenant of the Lord followed them. Early on the 7th day, they started at dawn and marched around the city 7 times in the same way. That was the only day they marched around the city 7 times. After the 7th time, the priests blew the trumpets, And Joshua said to the people, "Shout, for the Lord has given you the city." But the city and everything in it are set apart to the Lord for destruction. Only Rahab the prostitute and everyone with her in the house will live, because she hid the men we sent. So the people shouted, and the trumpets sounded. When they heard the blast of the trumpet, the people gave a great shout, and the wall collapsed. The people advanced into the city, each man straight ahead, and they captured the city. So the young men who were spies went in and brought out Rahab and her father and her mother and her brothers and all she had. They also brought out all her relatives and settled them outside the camp of Israel. They burned up the city and everything in it, but they put the silver and gold and the articles of bronze and iron into the treasury of the house of the Lord. However, Joshua spared Rahab the prostitute, her father's household, and all who belonged to her, because she hid the men Joshua had sent to spy out Jericho. And she has lived in the midst of Israel to this day. Hebrews 11. By faith, the walls of Jericho fell down after being encircled by the Israelites for 7 days. By faith, Rahab the prostitute welcomed the spies in peace and did not perish with those who were disobedient.